Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is APL Go. We are doing it different on a Thursday. We are saying you have joined APL Go, and now let's take you through the Go system, the back office, your personal assistant, so that you can be able to do the business better without worrying about a lot of things. Yes, we started this last week where we started to talk about just to refresh your mind, the invitation. Remember, everyone is here because you were invited and you were referred by someone. So they send you an invitation and you registered, or you can go into the system and you register yourself. So we'll look at all of those different type of things. We looked also on the balance. Maybe let me open the screen so that also you can be able to see what I'm talking about. It will sort of make life easier for you. Yes, you deserve a round of applause. This is APL. So when you start to talk about the bonuses, you want to also know how much money you are making. And as you make this money, how is the different commissions, from which commissions are you getting this money, so that you can drill in and be able to motivate yourself in terms of doing much better in what you are doing. So let me just share this so that you can see. All right. So there is that login screen that everyone is aware of. And I always say, play with this. If there's one thing that you forget about this type of a training, this is your system. This is for us. Sergey Kolikov has put up this brilliant back office system. You cannot break it. So go in there, play around, log in. You remember, once you've signed up, your APL will send you the login details, which you will put in here and which will make life so much easier for you. So you will never have be able to break this system. So let's go inside so that we can show you all these different things that we were talking about. Okay, so you will remember also we started to talk about the bonus qualification, and this is important in terms of how you want to achieve your monthly benefits in terms of the commissions. You need to make sure that your whole account is active. You are active. The person on your one person at least on your left is active. One person at least on your right structure is active. And then obviously for the next month as well, whatever that you do in the current month is for the next month. So as you can see there, the two personal and branches has got green ticks, but there where it says the next month, you will see that there's no ticks as yet, because we have not done the what is this, the activity so far. We'll be able to help you to set up. There are people that I know that every single month without fail, they want to select certain products. Now, this system is very nicely done in such a way that you are able to go and says, I am buying, for example, SLD and stop. These are the ones that I'm using. So this is going to be my monthly activity. So you set it up and you say, on this particular day, take the money, send me the product. And then you don't have to worry about doing your activity again, because it will be automatic for you, which makes life easy, because I know of certain people that have missed bonuses before because of forgetting to maintain. So we need to stop that type of thing, maybe to look at doing the auto ship. You need to look at the customer. You'll see that the president, we just had a session now with the president where he was telling about people that have been doing well in the customer bonuses and so on. So this is where you can come and track it in terms of how am I doing with the different customers and so on. And then also in terms of rank, what is my rank currently, how far from where I need to be. You need to look at your activity between yourself as well as your team. Then you'll be able to know what is happening there. Then you look at the bonuses as well, so that you can see where are all these bonuses coming from. And then lastly, you look at the team growth. team growth in the form of associates. You can be able to check in there how many associates did I have today. The system will be able to pull up for you to say, oh, okay, today you had 3 associates. And also you can be able to break it down into PVs as well, so that you can be able to know how much PVs have I made so far. So that is basically the information that we shared with you last week. I was just trying to sort of summarize for people that didn't attend. I also encourage you to go back and look at the videos, at the previous video that was recorded, so that you can make sure that you acclimatize yourself with what is happening. So today we're going to take it a notch up, where now we're going to start to do certain things, that maybe you might be struggling to do. And one of the things is what everyone should be looking at. If you look at drilling into auto ship, for example, or shop auto ship, there are a few things that are important here. You've got your online store. This is where we're going to go, where you're going to go and select, are you upgrading or are you doing your maintenance, and how do you actually do it? And also remember, at the time that you are doing it, for example, today is the 7th of September. Obviously, is the end of the first cycle of the year, of the month, which means that there's a current promotion that is running. And what you see now, you might not see tomorrow, because tomorrow might be a different promotion that is running, or whatever the case may be. So always be mindful of what you see on the system. And then another important thing we're going to look at is a purchase history. Some people will say, I don't know what I bought last month and so on. You can always go back. The system will be able to show you the different purchases that you have made, and you can see how it was, or where did I have a shipping, or did I not have a shipping, how much was it, and all those type of things. And now once again, there is that auto ship that I told you about. So now let me drill into that online store, so that we can see exactly what you see when you are looking at this. So this is another question that a lot of people are always struggling with, because I always see online people asking, but I'm trying to do an activity, but now it's telling me that I do not have enough PVs, or whatever the case may be. So now I'll be able to show you the mistake that you are doing. The first thing that you do when you come to your online store is to decide. I always say the most important thing at APL Go is that you must always be active. And when I say active, it means that now everything of yours is done. You're doing your activities and so on. Now, if you are at a level below diamond, it means that you can always be able to upgrade. So it's important for you to know that, look, it does not matter where you start. Remember, we tell you that, because at APL Go, you always pay the difference between the status you're on and the status you are going to. So at this point in time, it doesn't matter if you are at a mentor or builder or VIP status. And then you are able now to do what is called an activity. Now you'll see, for me, I do not have, I'll log in with another profile. I do not have upgrade here, because I am currently at the diamond level, which is the highest level at APL Go. That's why it only gives me 2 options, activity and auto order. Okay, so we'll look at these for now, and then we'll look at the upgrade. Now, remember, we said when you are doing an activity, you are not upgrading. So you're going to go and select, because if you don't select activity here, you go and choose everything else, shipping, or you're doing your, remember, there are also 2 options. You either will say, I want to do shipping. If you say you want to do shipping, then it means you're going to populate this with all the information. Who is it going to ship to? What is the address? And all of those type of things, until you've got your cell phone number here at the bottom. Then if you say you want to pick up, then you will select that I want to pick up. Remember, there is the country there. We're in South Africa, so it will pick up that, hey, in South Africa, there's an office. So when you select there, you will click on Republic of South Africa, there is that office, and it will confirm in green there that where is the office in terms of location. Right. Now, once you've done that, obviously there is that acceptance of terms. Here's another thing that we always keep, because we are in a rush. You've got privacy policies, you've got limitation of liability, you've got APL Go terms of site, delivery and return policies and notices and procedure. When you have time, go and click on those things and see what is it that they contain. Okay, so at this point, I'll just click on that tick and then I'll click on continue. Once you are finished with this screen, then only it will be able to give you the packages in terms of which products can you go for and stuff like that. Now, you will remember that I did not select anything here on top in terms of, am I doing an activity or am I doing an auto order? So I click on continue, but hey, nothing is happening. I click on continue, nothing is happening because there is something that I did not do. So it's very important that you go and double check everything first. I make sure that I select activity here. I've got South Africa, the shipping, I'm saying I'm picking up from my office, and here is the office in South Africa. Here's the address, and then I've selected accepted the terms. And then when I click on continue, now you will see that it will be able to take me now to the next window. But without you selecting what to do, then you cannot be able to go anywhere. Now, here is, we've done step number one. As you can see there, it says shipping address. It's got a green tick there. Now we are on step number two, which is selecting of products. Now, the nice thing also with this system is that it will always tell you what do you need according to your rank. So at this point in time, I have not bought anything here. So it will tell me all I require is 40 PV for me here. So which means you will also see all the different packages here and all the different stock as you scroll down, how many PVs they have. Now you buy whatever that you want, but what is required in terms of activity is only 40 PV for you. It might be 60 PV, it might be 80, it might be 100, it might be more PVs, depending on where you are at that point in time. Okay, so you see there's ones, your RLX and all those 375 packages, they are 20 PVs each. And then your ALT, the mid-range, is about 50 PV each. And then your AL, the air, the happy, brain, and beauty is a 70 PV. Now, also remember what I said earlier on. When there's a promotion of discounted of products, you might see this not being 70 anymore, but maybe let's say 33 PVs, you know, so it just depends. And obviously, if you were thinking of maintaining with an air and it's discounted and you do 33 PVs, it's less than the 40 PV that is required, which means you must always buy more as long as the minimum is reached. So in this situation, what I'll do is I'll just select two. I'll just say SLD and STP. Okay, now you will see there on top, automatically you select something. It will tell you the total that you've selected for is 750, which is equivalent to 40 PV. And in euros, that's 44 euros. And there is nothing required anymore. So it's important for you to have zero here because you don't want to under activity or do what is called under activity. Then it means that the system will not recognize that you are fully active in the next month. Remember, you do your activity this month for the next month. Okay, so when you go then and you click on continue, then it will ask you that what is the type of payment that you want to make. Yeah? So you've got transfer from a bank account. So for us in South Africa, you can do an EFT or from your Capitec, from whatever bank that you use, and then we will draw what is called an invoice, which will have the bank details of this and what have you. And then you can be able to put in the reference number, which will be your order number. And then you've got PayFlex and PayFast, which I'll also just talk to quickly. These now are the services that you will use when you want to use your card service in terms of payment. And then one thing that has been added in 2023 is the cryptocurrency. We do know that certain people would rather use their cryptocurrency in order to do this deposits into their account, which makes life easier. Now, when you do cryptocurrency, pay flex, pay fast, what you will see is that automatically on the system, you will be able to be activated by the system. But if you decide to do a transfer from a bank account, it means you are manually going to do an EFT, go to your bank and put in APL Go and the details of the account of APL Go, because we use FNB, and then you EFT to them. Or some people, they go to the bank and they do a direct bank deposit and so on. But then we need to send to the office a proof of payment to say, for this order number, we have paid so much, so that the office is able to check against the records, which is the bank statement, and then you'll be able to know that you've done it right. Now, the last option is that if you've got an amount that you can use, then you can see that, oh, look, in this week, this is the amount of money that I have made, for example, and therefore my activity can be able to come up from that. Now, I also want to sensitize you on this. Your activity must be the exact amount. When I say exact amount, if you were supposed to do 40 PV, you must choose exactly 40 PV, nothing extra. And then you'll be able to deduct from your balance the whole amount of the activity. But if you say, for example, you are supposed to do 40 PV and you do 50 PV, then the system will not take everything from your balance, but it will say we can take the balance, the half from the balance, and half you must pay through the EFT or through the bank using PayFlex, PayFast, or even cryptocurrency. So always understand, because these are some of the things that I've seen are troubling certain people to say, I have an account balance in there, but it's still asking me to pay. It means that you are taking more than what you are buying for more than what you need to be buying. So it's important that we have a look at this. So now let me click on transfer from bank account so that you can see, because I think a lot of people are using this, and then we'll look at another option like PayFast, for example. Now, the first thing that the system will do is to do a confirmation. There's one thing that you don't want after going through this whole process. You go through this whole process only to find that, oh, I selected the wrong product, you know. So now here, this is the final confirmation. As you can see there on top, you've done step number 1, which is the shipping address. You've done step number 2, which is selecting of the products. Okay, and then you've done step number 3, which is choosing the payment method. Now we are about to pay now, but then it wants you to confirm, did you select SLD? Did you select STP? And this is the service fee. This is the total amount that you will be paying into the bank account of FNB APL Go. So now, the next thing that you do from here, once you say, yeah, everything is fine, I've confirmed, is to come and click here where it says create an invoice. When you say create invoice, now the system will go and trying to pull in the invoice that you have made. Okay, I will just want to, there you go. Okay, so there is the invoice. Okay, so it will show you this is an APL Go South Africa. There is the branch code, and the most important thing is the banking details which are here. And SWIFT code for us is not important because we are in South Africa, so we use the account number. Either you are doing a bank deposit or what you call, when you go to the ATM, or you're going inside, or you're doing an EFT. Here is another important part, the order number. It's important because on the system, you need to be able, when you do the payment, you must be able to write order number 13169,148, so that on the system at APL Go, when the admin staff is looking at the bank statement versus what you've done, they can be able to link the two and therefore activate your account. And obviously, there is the amount that is due that you were supposed to use. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the next. Let's say, for example, you want to use Pay Fast. Okay, for those people that want to use what you call the card to put in the card details. Once again, I'm just gonna go through activity, South Africa, pick up, and then I select there, and then I go to the products. I can select whatever products that I want, and then it's gonna ask me obviously to what you call to let me just say RLX, and then I continue. Now, on the payment side, now I'm gonna not choose the EFT or the from the bank account, but I'm gonna choose Pay Fast so that you can see now how does the bank one work. Okay. Now, first thing that you will see is this. Once you select Pay Fast or Pay Flex, it will say, okay, we understand that you are paying, we are doing 44 PV. Remember the confirmation that I read to you was 750 Rand or 44 PVs, 44 PV. So now, sorry, 44 euro, sorry. So now it says, okay, I can pay, you can pay that partially from your account, which is your bank back office account. So, which means from the money that you currently have at APL Go, it will take half of this amount, which is 22 euro here. And then the rest is the one that you will be paying with your card. And then if you click on it, then you will see a deduction which will read a discount. But if you did not click on it, you will not have this option here that says discount, because remember, you were supposed to pay 900 or so of the total, but now there's a discount that the system gives you because you have said you want to use some of the money from your account. Now, it also gives you a confirmation. Are you sure you are buying RLX, and stop? And then if you are sure, then you click on payment. Okay, then from there, then it will be able to add this now to yours. I just want to do it again without selecting that, so that I just want you to see that what happens when you want to use partly the amount in your account as well as from your bank. So I'll just let me, even if I make two grow, it's fine. I'll just say continue. And then the nice thing about it here, I've decided to make this live so that you can see everything that is happening on the system. As I said, you can play around and check a combination of products. How much will it be? How many PVs and all of those type of things. Now you can see I did not select to take money from my account, which means the whole 922 Rand 50 cents must be deducted from my account. So the moment I click pay, now, it will redirect you now from APL Go into PayFlex or into PayFast, where now you must select how are you wanting to pay. Are you going to use a credit or a check card? Are you going to use instant EFT? Are you going to use Capitec Pay, which is now is the most easiest a lot of people are using because of the cell phone number? Are you going to use the bank QR codes, scan to pay, debit card? So as you can see, by venturing in using PayFast or PayFlex, you've got a lot of options in terms of how you can pay, which makes life easier for you because you do what you feel is more convenient. Now, someone can say, but here is EFT. If I EFT, it does not do it automatically. This one here, the difference is that it's instant. It asks you to log in directly into your bank, and then it links APL Go through Pay Fast so that you are able to do this online transaction immediately now, and it is cleared immediately. So that is why also the office is advising us to say, when you want your things to be faster, go and use PayFast or use PayFlex. because also it reduces the burden that the office is facing instead of having to compare bank statements and what you have ordered, to say, let your things be done automatically. And then once that has happened, everything will be well. So you can be able to go and select anything in here. For the sake of this, I'll select credit and check. Now, as you can see now, everyone that has ever bought anything online will see that you will use your card details in there. So your card number, which is that very long number at the front of the card, your expiry date, your CVV, which is the three numbers normally at the back of the card, and then the name that is reflected on the card, and then you just click on pay. That obviously, if there's money in there and then payment is successful, it will now process the payment, do the confirmations. You get a notification from your bank, you get a notification from APL Go to say that, look, you have now upgraded, or look, you have now purchased this product, whatever the case may be. So which makes life so much easier for you. Okay, so let me just cancel this payment and return to APL Go South Africa. Okay, so I'm back now to my back office. Now let's look at auto order. When you say auto order, what do you mean? It's exactly what I said earlier on for those ones that have just joined us. Auto order will be convenient for you if you are always buying the same products month after month. So if you know that SLD and Stop are my go-to products, I always want them, then you just go to this. Instead of doing an activity, you do an auto order. Then when it comes to say, select a monthly delivery date, which means when do you want this to be processed? So on this case, you've got the whole month in there. So you know that you are being paid on the 1st, on the 15th, on the 20, 22, 25, whatever the case may be. So let's say for interest sake, let me choose 25, okay? And then from there, it will be the same things that we just went through now. So the only thing that has just been added in here is this part of you selecting an auto order, because you'll be doing the very same thing that I just did, but now the difference is that it will be sent to you each and every month. So we don't have to come to your back office every month and then you do this. It will automatically be done for you. So you see, you can say pay from your Go account and whatever, which makes life so much easier. And then they know the office will get this automatically on the 25th every month. That amount of money will be taken from you, and then the products will be sent through to you without having to worry about anything. Okay, so I'm hoping that you are still together. Now let's look at the purchase history. Now, a lot of people also have been asking me, and me and Jules, we do the WhatsApp presentation on Monday. So some of these questions we get offline, or people that are asking us, how do we do this? What's happening there? So some of the people will say, but I've made a purchase, but I don't know where do I get the order number, or how do I know which purchase did I make? So now let me have a look at the purchase that I made, for example, in August. So now you'll say, you look at the date there, which date was it? It was an activity, or there it is. So let me click on it here. So you click on that activity. The system is very nicely. It will show you exactly what was happening with that. It was checked, it was confirmed, packaged, what, until handed out and all of that. Here is your order number. And it will even tell you the date that this order was done. And also it will even tell you the status that, look, it was taken out, and it will even give you the date and the time that this was handed out to you, which makes life easier for you. And then at the bottom now I can say, oh, these are the products that I bought. I bought A, I bought ALT, I bought HPR, I bought MLS. Wow, good. As you can see, there's a discount, which means I've used some of the money from the back office. Oh, okay. Now let me go and do the same thing again. For example, if I wanted those products. So sometimes as leaders, you will get someone that says, hey, I don't remember what I ordered, but it worked for me. I want to reorder it. So you can first go into your back office, click on purchase history, you'll be able to see that order that you've made on that day. Click on it. It will show you at the bottom there the products that you ordered. So then you can help that person to reorder that. So that is basically your online store, as well as your purchase history, as well as your shop auto ship, which is making life so much easier for us. Okay. And then the last thing that we're going to do today, we're going to be looking at the commissions. Okay. So one of the things that I said last time is that here on this top, you can be able to see your balance if you want to. If you don't want to, all you have to do is you click on account balance, and then click on settings, and then go to the bottom, and then you select hide my balance if you want to be secretive about your balance. Now this balance that you see in here now is gone. Did you hear that? So for those people that wants to show people what's happening in their back office, but they don't want you to see what money is there, well, some of us are transparent, it doesn't matter. So you are able to deactivate your balance, okay? But also understand, when you go inside and you check the commissions, now you will be able to see it. So it's more like saying, I don't want you to see on my phone how much I have, but if I go inside my bank app, you can be able to see it anyway. So if you are only going to be here on the main page and be able to show everything, you will see that that balance now is no longer showing. Why? Because that is what you've decided, that look, everything else will show except the balance. Now, if I want to put it back, I will go back again, account details, settings, and then under settings, I will go down to the bottom. I will deselect the hide, and then click on change. Now you will see that here it will come back now to say, here is the balance again, which is something that a lot of you maybe didn't know. And remember, at APL Go, we are learning every day. No one is perfect by a long shot, but by playing around on the system, you pick up certain things. And watch this space when we get to the binary tree and looking at reporting, because these are powerful tools that we have, but unfortunately, some of us do not play on these tools. Okay, so now let's go back to the main page. And then in the main page, as you see, there is the balance in the main page. Now you've got this picture in here. Some of you might have a picture if you have updated your account. Some of you might not have a picture here where you have a crown in there. So this is where you click on to see your profile. So in your profile, it will show you that you are an associate. It will your account type. It will show you your balance. It will show you your ID, your full name. It will show you your highest rank. It will show you your enrollment status, and so on. And also it will show you there at the bottom that who is your sponsor. Now, if you want to know the monies that you are making, then you go and click on that balance. Now, there are two things that are important in here. You've got available balance, you've got reserved. Now, understand like this. If I give you a 1,000 rand today, I EFT it to your account, right? You will not be able to see it immediately if it's not the same bank. It takes time for processing. So also APL Go has introduced the issue of saying you are able to get the funds. So whatever commissions that you make, those funds will be readily available for you within 9 days. So on the 9th day, let's say you register someone or they do an upgrade or something like that today. So you'll be able to see that amount of money 9 days later. So I'm sure most of you know about it, and the fact that this was properly communicated in terms of they want to make sure that everything is well for those people sometimes that they want to cancel, they want to change things and what have you. So they have a leeway to make sure that the system is not disrupted. You do not want commissions being paid out. Now you are crying that they must be reversed and all of those type of things. But that's how it is now. Everything will happen within the next 9 days. So what is available to me right now is this balance. Now, I have not reserved anything in there. That's why I've got zero. But if I want to change that, let's say, for example, I just want to get 200 euro, or I just want to get 500 euro. I do not want to take the whole amount. Now, what you see in here as it is, if you've decided that, look, this is the 870 that I have. Now I just want to get the 270 from it, but the other 500 must stay on the account. Then you come here where it says reserved, and you click on confirm. Now it will say blocking. How much money must I block? So from this 870, how much money must I block? So if I go and says block for me 500, and then I click on save. Now you will see what is going to change here. And then it says, then you say to close. Yes, to close. Now you will see where it says zero is reserved is now saying 500. So because at APL Go we get paid every week, what will happen tomorrow, which is Friday? The leadership in the office will be able to look at this and says, oh, okay, 500 must remain in the account. The rest can go in there. Obviously, doing your maths, 870, 82 minus 500 will be 270, 82. So which means what I will get in my bank account will be 270, 82. 500 will remain not touched, which means I can maybe use it next week or next month or whenever that you feel that we need this money. So that is basically what is important to note here. You can go and change this anytime you want, but try and not to do it close to the payment day. So because I know the office will always run a statement to see who are the people that are eligible for payment, and then from there on that list, then they do the payments. So you do not want to jinx things and all of a sudden your name does not appear there. Then you cry foul that, hey, but why? Because I did change this and that, but maybe it was too close to the time. So avoid to change, to make any changes from there. So since I do not want anything to block, I will just put in zero in there. And then you will see that it has changed to zero. So in this situation, the whole amount of money then will be paid off to me. Now, whatever that, then we go now to what happens in your account now. Remember, we were saying each and every day something is happening, each and every day in your account, but also it goes with what you are doing on a daily basis. As a network marketing professional, which we are all aspire to be, you want to make sure that you have your daily things that you are doing to ensure that continuous growth is there. You ensure that you be able to print your check every week, every month, whatever the case may be. Now, let's look at, for example, what happened today. I can just pick up today and says, look, on the 7th, which is today, there's been some unilevel bonuses that were coming in. Now, I'm going to go and point there, or let me click on it too, so that you can be able to see. Now, it goes back to what I was saying, that look at the fact that whatever that happens today will not be paid today, but you will calculate the near future, which is your 9 days from now, or whatever time frame that is in there. But your system, the way it's so transparent, it will show you everything. That look, there's transactions that were happening today. This operation is being processed. The funds will become available you on the 14th. So obviously for you, you'll go and select, I think it's in 7 days in terms of the unilevel. So you'll say today is the 7th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 days will be on the 14th. But if you are looking at any other bonus, like your group bonus or things like that, matching group bonus, you will see that it will say something different. Let's look at this one was done on the 6th. So it will say it will be processed and available on the 15th. So now if you calculate the 15th from the 6th, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 days in terms of your group bonus, in terms of your matching group bonus and the likes. But in unilevel, you still have 7 days. So it's important for us to know all of those things to say, yes, you might be signing someone today and you're getting a big group bonus, but you're not going to be able to see it now. It will be processed within the next 9 days. Yes, you've done 100 euros worth of unilevel bonus, which is your maintenance and the team maintenance. You won't see it today, but you'll see it in the next 7 days. So it's important that we look at all of those things. And if you want to see the details as well, you can go and click on the details so that you can see who are the people that now were doing their maintenance or were doing their upgrades and things like that, so that it is made easy for you to know, oh, okay, it's so and so. Now, this one goes back to what we will be covering also in the near future to say, how do you look at your team and to see who's doing what? Who are the ones that need some motivation? This one is always doing the maintenance, and this one is a bit slacking, or there's months that you skip. And you need to now start sensitizing your team regarding the importance of doing your activities and making sure that you are active. And another important thing is also when you have this, you see here, it says which period, for example, are you looking at? If you are looking at the 7th, you can be looking at the 7th or whichever other day that you choose. Let me look at the 1st of September, for example. And then it asks you, what type of bonus do you want to see? Do you want to see a group bonus? Do you want to see a matching group or a combination? So let's say group bonus, matching group bonus. Let's put also show levels and branches. So when I click on show, so I'm only looking for group bonus as well as, okay, there's nothing here. Let's choose. That's why I was saying, you see here, this thing is all about you playing around. So make this your friend. You can go and check anything that you want to check on this system. It will make life so much easier for you, so that next time you know exactly where do I go for this and what do I do. Now let's look at this one. We've done the 1st of August. Now I'll just choose one. Let's look at the first one. So the 1st of August, 21-25. Another thing with the time, understand that in South Africa, we are 2 hours behind. Is it behind? Yeah, we are 2 hours behind. So which means currently in the system, it is, if this was done 21-25, then it means in South Africa, we are looking at about what, 11 o'clock, for example. So yeah, I think it's ahead. Yes. So now it will tell you what type of a bonus is it. It's a matching bonus. And then how much did you get for that matching bonus? And how much was the order for? And what is the buyer number? So if you want to click in there and know exactly what happened, you can do that. And then that's another beautiful thing about the APL Go compensation plan. Once again, go and listen to compensation plan, learn it, because now you've always been hearing that there's a compression. The dynamic compression at APL Go is making life easier to say, if a certain row is not available for a certain reason, someone is no longer in the business or no longer active, you will then be able to take the next row, filling in the gap. So as you can see here, for whatever reason, this money is supposed to be in level 5. But something is happening in the structure, which I can go and check if I want to. But now it's being paid as a level 4. You see. So these are the type of things that you need to be looking at to say, okay, so this comprehension, how does it really work? And then on which leg is this person in? Is it my leg one? Is it my leg two? What is really happening? And also in the next session, we'll be able to say, let's look at both legs now. How then do you differentiate between your strong leg as well as your pay leg? How much PVs are coming from the previous month? What's the difference between the balance and the volume? These are the type of things that are making it easier, because now when you are dealing with money, you need to start knowing where your money is coming from. And obviously, how can you make more money doing that very same thing? And be able to also help your team to do the very same thing, because what I'm showing you here now is some sort of analysis that everyone, that's why I says play around in there. You'll be able to pick up a lot of things, because we always advise that go back and listen to this recording. Some of us don't do that, but we always says at least go and play around, and then you go and look at these recordings, and then it's a confirmation. Now you know exactly, oh, if I click there, this is what will happen, and things like that. So these are the things that will make so much easier for us, you know. And then another thing that I wanted to show you is the paycheck. So a lot of people will always say, me, I'm not scared of showing anything, but it's just to say to people that, look, if for example you want to know how much you have made in a particular week or in a particular month, whatever the case may be, go and check on the system. You'll be able to see that information. Let me just do. I think I'm looking for August. Uh, yeah, it's the art of doing it live, guys. Ne? So all of this information is live feed that is coming from the system. So now you can be able to see that, oh, this is what happened in the month of August. No, now I just wanted to see the first week, because I know you've got 4 timelines in the APL Go, from the 1st to the 7th, from the 8th to the 14th, from 15 to 21, from 22 to end of the month. So I just want to see what happened between the 1st and the 7th. Now, this is where you're starting to analyze, where do you get more money? Now, understand that it's going to start hitting you hard when you start reaching towards the $10,000 limit when we're talking to the group owners. Once again, that's the information on the compensation plan, which we must know, so that at any point in time, you are now starting to work towards making sure that you do not have a situation whereby a lot of your money is coming in, let's say, in the first week of the month or in the last week of the month. What will happen now when your business is doing so well and you are making 40,000 a month, but that 40,000 is coming at the last week of the month? That $40,000, you're not going to get all of it. You'll only be getting the limit, which is the $10,000. So these are the things that are important. That yes, it might still be a bit of long way for certain people, but it's always better to put the basics right first now. So as and when there's promotions that are running, always encourage your people to say, no, I'd make use of the promotions, because it also helps you to sort of balance in terms of what's happening in the first week, what's happening in the second week of the month, and what happens in the last week of the month. All right. What else that is there? So yeah, I think that is it for today. So next week, as I says, we'll be looking at these things that I've just mentioned. We'll be looking at how do you transfer money from one person to another? How do you look at your customer bonus? Because you've heard the president saying people that have been getting customer bonus, here is the top 5. And also now, the most important one also, I didn't want to touch on it today because I'm fearing that some people might want to go and change their bank account details. Now it might mess up the system because there's payments that need to be processed tomorrow, as it is a Friday. So I'll leave it for next time, so that at least we are able to start with it. So that you understand exactly what to do. But once again, I'll urge you not to effect it immediately then, but to make sure that you do it after the fact, and knowing that it's a requirement from the system. If it says go and add a certain document to validate that this is your account, let's do that. Remember, guys, we are trying to do things proper. APL Go is legit. We are doing everything. We are paying SARS. We are registered for VAT. We are doing everything that we can. So let's get in out there and be professional as we do the business. And once again, thank you for everyone that has joined us today. I hope you have learned a thing or two. The most important thing is us that we keep on sharing. I appreciate any feedback that you have. As we says, for me, I'm just sharing. This is me playing with the system. This is me sharing the information is there. Big up to Leader Natalia because he's been doing all of these things before. Big up to Leader Mina, he's been having also these sessions before, and any other leader that is continuing to do a difference in someone's life out there, helping people even if they don't belong in your team. Let's do this. When we say we are family, that's exactly what it means. Thank you so much. Anyone that has got anything to add or anything that wants to share, feel free to unmask yourself or unmute yourself, and then we can share while I'll also look at the comments that I'm receiving on the chat. Danko. Leader Jules. Leader Jules.
Yay, welcome. My partner in crime. Evening, leaders, evening. Yuri, no, thank you so much. This was really, really amazing. I've learned how to hide now my balance. I had no idea.
You always want to hide. You want to show them, but you also want to hide.
So no, I've learned, and some of the things you showed me shortcuts because I would go the long route to see something. So it really did help. This is really a clear indication of why you can never say you know it all. Your cup can never be so full that you don't attend training. So I really appreciate what you're doing and going in depth with it as you did. I also just wanted to add something while you were on order history. I just want to let everyone know that when you are there, some people will say, I've been waiting for my order. I don't know what happened. And then I realized that you can actually check it by the order history. Yeah. It will tell you, it will tell you that this is when you placed your order, then this is when it was picked up. So all those things, or when it was processed or when it was picked, so you are able to see that. And if you have a query, you actually even requested there, even in that back office, and say, it's either you're waiting for it, it gives you a down, different options about your query. So it's either your products were damaged or you're complaining that you haven't received them, whatever it is, like you can put the complaint in there. Just where you see your order history. So I just wanted to add that as well. Thank you so much, leadership.
Thank you so much, my leader. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Oh, let me just try and read some of the comments. You guys are writing so much. Okay. So, but a lot of people are appreciating. Thanks, Leader Natalia, Leader Jules, Emily Kale, thank you. Tsepiso, thank you. Tulani Sabanda, thank you, leader. This is crucial info. Thank you, sir. And Emily, please repeat it again, my leader. How do I hide my balance? It seems as if people now from now will start hiding the balance. To hide your balance, my leader, you just go to account details. So on your back office, you click on account details, then you click on settings. And then you scroll down to the bottom there. You will see it will say hide balance. You click on that tick, then you click on change. Now you will see that your balance, which was here on top, will now start to disappear. Okay. Okay, I'm happy that people are learning something. Leader Mina, thank you. I've learned something new today. Refilwe, thank you, my leader. I didn't know that. Thank you, my leader. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like the highlight of the day, hiding of the balance. Dongile Maduna, I'm learning so much in this session. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, my leader. Sonia, indeed, leaders, valuable information. Thanks, Ndyebo. Thanks, Sisi. Hey, Julia, it's worth it to attend this training. Thank you, Sisi. I mean, absolutely 2 years in and still learning. Yeah, we do that. We learn wire every day. That's why it's important to jump into all of these presentations that are running, because every leader is trying to his best to share the information with you guys out there. We need very informative. Thanks, my leader. Lebo, thanks, leader Ndyebo. Happy that the training is in depth. I'm learning a lot. Thank you, leader. Clapping of hands for leader Winnie. Learned a lot today. Thank you, leader Sonia. Anakoka, Dr. Anna. Thank you, leader. Thank you, sir. Julia, wow, thank you so much, leadership. Emily, next time, please explain paycheck again. Okay, I've made a note. I'll do that. It's very simple. It's very simple. But as I says, between now and next week, go and play around with the back office. You will see it for yourself that it's nothing difficult. In actual fact, when I do it next time, you'll say, "Oh, my leader, I did it." Lisa, thank you very much, my leader. I've learned so much today. Really, I received a powerful training. Winnie Mukwena, thanks, leaders. You are both the best. Natalia, I will hide it today. Okay. Leader Elizabeth, thank you, my leader. Learned so much. Leader Sonia is us laughing. Guys, I'm just appreciating. And for me, it's just being selfless and say, let all of us try and make sure that we teach one another, we learn and we do things better. At the end of the day, if there is something that you are doing well, if there's someone that you can help to open their eyes and they do well in this business, we are going to the top. So thank you so much. It's 8 o'clock. We'll need to close the session. I appreciate everyone that has came through. So we'll talk again next time. Ta-da! Oh man, this is lovely.